Okay. You know how when we have anxiety, when we have anxiety disorders, we freeze when somebody asks us simple questions as if we were in trouble. That's because in childhood, when your parents start asking questions about whatever of theirs that is missing, trying to accuse you, you know you're gonna get popped. So then you start taking that scared mindset to adulthood. You know how when you have anxiety, when start thinking that everybody cares about your every mistake, that's because your parents are the first people who makes a big deal out of the mistakes you make. It's not just it's not just popping you at the wrist, hitting you with a belt, slapping you and all that stuff. It can also be, for example, yelling at you over everything that you do, using anger to express your anger, every emotion. Like, here's the thing: anger is a valid emotion. I'm not taking that back. But if you use anger to express your every emotion, to express fear, worry, to express anxiety, to express happiness, to express whatever, then you should not become a parent. Not only that, you need to take anger management classes. And if you don't think that you're fit for anger management classes, you are not fit to be a parent. If you are not fit for therapy, you are not fit to be a parent. There's a lot of us adults sitting here with parents who be acting like that, with narcissistic parents, thinking that everybody cares about every mistake that we make. Like, using anger to express your every emotion to your kids, they start growing up either shy. Being shy is not a good thing. You can say, we can do this all day. Like, being shy is not a good thing. Because shy is a trauma response because you hanging out with people who always like to cross your boundaries. Being shy is not a good thing. If you say, I dated my I had a girlfriend and she's shy and it was the best thing, that's because she's trying not to be shy. That's because she's working on not being shy. If she wasn't working on not being shy, then your relationship would not last with that person. Because she's gonna be running away every time you try to hug her. She's gonna be running away every time you try to kiss her and all of that, making her look like making you look like some kind of predator. Like, no. Shy girls who are not working on being shy will not have long lasting relationships. But back to what I'm saying, parents parents uh parents who use anger to express their emotions, this is the reason why kids be growing up shy, growing up codependent, or growing up as toxic as the parent, growing up narcissistic, growing up horrible, menace to society, taking it out on their parents, and or they're taking it out on, well, yeah, that's part two. Taking it out on their lovers, taking it out on their kids too. Like, if you whooping your kids just because your parents whoop you, you are not fine. You know damn well, I'm sorry, excuse my language, but you know very well that you know very well that how traumatizing it is to see a belt, to see your parents whip out a belt, and you want to take it out on your kids. This woman made a video talking about how the mother is always abusing the child, always be abusing them mentally, emotionally, and physically, and verbally too. They be abusing their children to the point where they grow up the craziest person ever. They grow up like everybody's afraid of them. They're violent and all that stuff. That girl described my sister so well. Like, everybody's afraid to mess with her and all that stuff. Like, she described my sister. My sister can try to argue, be like, No, it's because my daddy died. You would have taken it a lot lighter if mom was a nice person. You could have taken it a lot lighter if mom was a nice person. Because she could have took it a lot lighter. You could have took it a lot lighter if your mother had more respect for you. Like not grounding you for no reason, always being so quick to ground you over everything, always being so quick to abuse you, beat you up and all that stuff. Like, no. That's not discipline. That's hatred. Your parents hit you. When your parents hit you, they're not teaching the lesson. You learned it on your own. God taught you that. But the hits, but when you got hit, your parents were not teaching it. They're hitting you out of their own anger issues. They're hitting you because their parents hit them. They're hitting you, they're treating you bad because they envy, because their parents treated them bad and they envy how things are still going well for them, regardless of how horrible that they treated them, regardless of how horrible their parents treated them. So they thought, oh, nothing works well when I'm a good person, so things go better whenever I be treating my kids like crap. So they automatically learn that parents are above the law. That they start thinking that parents are above the law because of how society spoils them, and then act like the world owes them something. Like, so then they start taking it out on you. Disclaimer, I'm not condoning abuse. But before I say that, well, I already said it. But it was like, parents, if you are offended by my videos, you are the problem. You are the toxic parent who needs to stop treating your kids like crap. Parents, stop putting your hands on your kids and at the same time expecting them to take care of you. Like, again, I do not condone abuse, but this is a reality check to toxic parents who like to treat their kids like crap and try to get them to take care of them at the same time. Like, and another thing, your kids don't have to take care of you if they do not want to. Your kids do not have to take care of you if they do not want to. But when you treat them like crap and they decide to take care of you, they might not treat you right when you get older. They probably might treat you worse than you treat them. They will probably start agreeing to the conservatorship. They probably might sign the conservatorship thing so they can have an excuse to beat you up. And abuse you verbally, mentally, and emotionally and physically, just because you treated them that way. Or they could leave you in a convalescent hospital, a group home, a retirement home, and never visit you. They will probably agree to taking care of you just so they can leave you to starve and let you die. Just in your deathbed, not even try to take care of you. They might not treat you right when you get older. I don't condone the abuse, but that's a reality check. Your kids might not treat you right. And don't be beating your kids up and then be acting surprised when your kids succeed in beating you up. Okay? There's a fine line between self-defense and elderly abuse. And that time when you beat up your kids, when you start picking a fight with your kids and they beat you up, you asked for it. because you will not let your kids catch a break. You always be putting your hands on your kids and then be acting surprised when they be beating you up. You asked for it. You could have just used good communication, speak to them with authority without yelling like crazy. Speak to them specifically and try to communicate with them effectively, like without doing all of that. But y'all chose violence, and now your kid is gonna grow up chose violence against you too. If you're a parent who likes to pick your fights with your kids and then use that as an opportunity to call the police when they fight back, you should not be having kids. You should not be having kids. Like, you just brought your kids into this world to abuse them. Like, stop. Stop trying to bring kids into this world to abuse them. You should not be a parent if you like to pick fights with your kids like that. Okay? Leave your kids alone. Leave your kids alone. That is not love. That is not discipline. That is complete hatred because you're trying to fight your kids. There's no discipline in that. Discipline is speaking to your kids with authority and using good communication. A majority of y'all parents, I'm not saying some of y'all, a majority of y'all should not be parents. Because a majority of y'all brought kids into this world for the wrong reasons. To abuse them, to keep them from living, just because you're afraid of being alone, to give them a hard time just because your parents don't give you a hard time. Like, you just bring your kids into this world because because you guys are bratty. You guys are spoiled brats. I don't care what kind of computers or phones we have. You guys are spoiled. Spoiled. You don't only become a spoiled brat for abandoning. Like, here's the thing. You do not only become a spoiled brat by not disciplining your kids. You become a spoiled brat by being abandoned all the time. How do I say this? Whatever good thing that you have been lacking in childhood, you are gonna strongly desire it in adulthood. Okay? The reason why you become narcissist because you didn't get the attention that you needed as a child. Even a belt whooping does not stop a kid from becoming a spoiled brat. Because narcissistic parents be sitting here treating their kids like crap, and then just getting away with it. Because their parents be so used to getting away with all the dirt that they done did to them. And then now their kids thinks, oh, so this is how you get what you want. This is how life's supposed to be. And then they start growing up thinking that the world owes them something. Like, a belt whooping does not stop you from becoming a spoiled brat. Okay? That's because you be getting away with stuff. It's so annoying when parents be getting away with stuff. It's a society that be creating spoiled brat in parents. Where they refuse to hold parents accountable for their actions. I told this one nurse that my mom had anger issues, and then she said, well, I have anger issues. I'm a mom and I have anger issues. Then you need to take anger management classes. Okay, anger management classes and therapy does not only apply to younger people. Okay? Y'all need therapy. Okay, we the one trying to get therapy, and parents are not even we're trying to get therapy because we have tolerated parents who don't have therapy and not trying to get any. Let's say, for example, your kids grew up, let's say you abuse your kids and your kids grew up to be better than their parents. Your kids does not become good people because sometimes your kids does not become good people because of you. Like if you abuse your kids does not become good person because of you. They become good people in spite of you. People become good people for themselves, but some people become good people in spite of you. Parents don't even want respect from their kids. They want their kids to disrespect them so they can call the police. That's why they just won't let you catch a break. I lock the door just so I can calm down and respect my mom to her face. But my mom likes to come to my room and provoke me. And then she even took down the door and she said, oh, it's because she's hiding knives. No, because you won't let me catch a break. Like, I only hid knives because I do not want you using them on me. If you're that sick and twisted enough to turn on the oven light, to turn on the oven, turn on the oven lighter, and just to kill me in my sleep, and then use that to frame me over a crime that you have committed for attempted murder, like, I be hiding stuff. Like, what do you expect? The fact that my mom be getting away with doing so much dirt to me, the fact that everybody, including the police, refuses to hold her accountable for her actions. Sometimes, like, I love her now, but sometimes that makes me hate her. Sometimes this stuff makes me hate her. Especially when she just be getting away with so much dirt. My brother and my sister refuse to hold accountable. They just says, well, so? Well, so? Well, just go back to your mom and deal with it. Like, okay, how about you move back in with mom? How about you two move back in with mom? Okay, she needs your company more than she needs mine, judging by how she treated me. You can live with her. I don't know why you sitting here having lives of your own, having families, having your own houses, when you should be going back to mom instead of just trying to rob me of the life that I'm trying to get just to babysit her. I really can't stand my family right now. I can't even say God bless. But yeah, bye.